Let me know if you are able to see my screen.
Yeah.
So I'll just show you a small program on, like, we will just declare two constants which will contain the values like x for true and space for false. Just that, then we will move to the loop or the conditional this one. Or maybe if you want, I can also show you how we concatenate the strings as well. So abap underscore constant demo. We will declare a constant which will be of which will have the values x and the other one as the false parameter. Okay, this is a common practice as ABAP doesn't contain any Boolean primitive type, so we can do it via the constants declaration. Okay, so for that, what we will do is, or types underscore
This
Boolean.
constant will be constant throughout the program, is it?
Yes, it will be constant throughout the program. You
So
cannot.
can we clear the constants like we clear variables?
No, the value of the constants it will be constant throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see it if the clear is working or not. Okay. Suppose I gave here this one, and I will just write this c underscore two. And space. Right. So in that case, c true, c underscore false. And we'll also try to clear this and try to give any value inside this c underscore true equals to. Let's see whether it works or not. So what it gives, okay. See, the field C2 cannot be changed. So since it is a constant value, you cannot change the value of this constant. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
assign any value. So this won't work. Okay. To give this C underscore true is this X, and the other one was still empty. That's why it was giving this one. Okay. Or maybe for true value, you can just shell this one, and for false value, okay. So this is how you can do it. Also, like if you want to declare a constant which contains, like, decimal or anything, so you can that way also you can declare it. Like if you want to declare a constant which contains the 5 first decimals of pi, right? So in that case, what you can do is you can declare in this way. Uh, I'll give another value called as c underscore pi, and it will have a pad type of this one, but I will give here as decimals 5, and value would be the first 5 first decimals of pi, right? So it will be 3.14159, right? Like this. So if I give here 5 underscore pi. 3.14159. Okay. Also, if you if you want to declare a constant which will be of type another constant, this I will ask you to try it out, this particular one, where you will be declaring a constant which will be of type 1. Say, for example, you have given one value to the first constant, and the second constant you will use that type. You getting my point? So it will be of type another constant. So how it will look like, that you can try. Okay. And another one is we can write an executable program that will concatenate the two words in the current month, separating like for concatenation also you can use this constants as well. So for any string, right, concatenation will work. If you want to join two strings or two constant values, so in that case concatenation will help. That keyword is concatenate. Okay, so what you can do is, this keyword is there, I can write the program for that one, or what you can do is you can use this F1 on this, and you can see how to use that. See, so what you have to do is into the result. So you can concatenate two in the character, or separated by spaces, or respecting the blanks. So here you can see how they have used it. Here you can get the result. T1 type C, length 10, value V. So these are like he has created at as a data, and then they are concatenating into the data result. So once you see this, what will have is, we have all the time in the world. It will be without space first time. But when you concatenate it into results separated by space, then for every word there will be some space. We space have space all the time in the world, like that. Okay. You can just try this one as well for the concatenation. So let's move to the conditional branches now. So for the conditional branches, generally we will have this if and if else if and case statements. The conditional branches. Okay. So the letters are well visible, right? So what we will do is, we will in this conditional branches, we will just give a parameter. If you remember, I've told you about the parameters in select options, right? So we will give an input called as month. Okay. And if the user presses 1, then it will display January. Similarly, if the user will tell month as 2, it will display February. Like that, it will display. Okay, so for all the months till 1 to 12, whatever the user will input, the values will be displayed as per the input. Okay, so how do we do that? So say, for example, I'll take these parameters, month, type 1 integer. Okay, sorry. Month type 1 integer, so that the user can input 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Okay. And now we will give our conditional statements here. If month equals, it is very easy, like you would have done this in your C programming as well. Okay. Message is a keyword where you will be displaying all your kinds of messages. So message command, it displays the messages defined by the message ID. Okay. Whatever specified in the report statement at the beginning of the program. Either you can use the standard message ID or you can create your own message ID. Okay. For seeing any particular site, so the system variable for the message ID and the message number is SCI message ID and SCI message number. And this message command also, you can just go and click on F1 and you can see how it is used. Here I will just show you the type, information type. So there are like no, so there are few types of messages we have. One is the error, which is self-explanatory. If there is any problem with any so you have seen in this syntax check also, whenever any issues are happening, if the full stop is not given or the data is not of correct type or something like that, one message comes out, right? It is not correct. So that is an error message type. Similarly, warning message will come in mostly yellow, if you would have seen. So that will be of type W. Then now what I'm trying to use, it will be of type I. Okay. Information. A pop-up window will always open with the message text. Okay, I will show you how this information message will display. Then similarly, type A, it will be equals to append. Okay, A means append. The message class will cancel the transaction which the user is currently using. If you use a type A, then it will cancel that particular transaction. And then there is one more type called as S, which is a success type. This provides all the informational message at the bottom of the screen. Okay, the message does not impede the program in any way. It's just a success message. And the last one is of type X. Okay, abort. So this message aborts the program and generates an ABAP shutdown. So now what we will do is I will just show you how the information type message it will work. Okay. And then maybe in the case statement, I'll just show you how it displays in a warning type of message. Okay. So I'll just give like January. Okay. And type would be information. For next condition, you can give like this, to, and messages February, type I. My voice is clear, right? Or
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
so I'm just trying to like I'll not write till 12. Okay, but just I'll show you how it looks like in the output screen. Okay, type I. So let's keep it like this. We'll have till 1. You can also practice it out by giving from 1 to 12. I'm just giving you till March. Okay, and then at the ending statement would be like this. Okay, or else also you can write like for any other month. Else you can print a message saying that something like some typical.
We can give not equal also here, is it? Like equal?
Yeah, not equal to also you can give. Yes. not equal to also you can give. You can
Mhm.
write like else if month is not equal to 2, then it is not February, something like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Not is like same that explanation.
Yeah, right. So no, here you will give like this. Either you can give in this not equals to any,
Mhm.
okay, or you can give. I think this one will allow or not. Let's see. Python it allows it here in ABAP it will not. So you'll have to give not equals to this. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how it will be, and let's see how it works. Okay. So you have a month. I give here as this, and when you execute it, message type is unknown. Just 1 minute. Message type is unknown. Oh, okay. Here I think space has some. Correct now. Let's see. See, this is how it will come. Okay, this is a type information message. If you want to give here 1, this will also show you January. And the last one which I gave, right, like I have not given till, so it will say no month. Okay. So now what we will do is like how we have done here for if else statement, we will now show you type of warning message with case statement. Okay. So so case, but for case, okay, the it's visible, right? Okay. So case, what we will do is here, since month is of the type parameter, okay, on based on this month we are doing it. If month we are giving. So here in this case, what it will be? Can you guess?
Mhm.
So it will be month. Okay.
Case month. Okay.
Okay. Because on month only we are manipulating the things, right? Or giving the input. So how it will be like when 1, then similar thing what we have done here is message January. We will put it, but here what we will give is just to show you how the warning message works. Like this we will give. Okay. Similarly, when 2,
Okay.
like this. Okay. Here I'll just show you type of S success. Okay. Then 3 March. Rest of all the type of messages will actually make you out of this transaction. So I don't want to see that. So we'll just see the difference between the information success W, and also we saw for I. Let's give it as error. Okay. And similarly, you can do when for others, and then when others, you can mention here, write the message no month again. Bye bye. And yes. Okay, now we'll see how it works. So if I give 1, so how it looks like. January. Just 1 minute. Okay. Or 2, it looks like a success message. Okay. Or 3, it's an error, right? Why didn't take warning message? Warning message should come generally in yellow. This is strange. This is how this conditional branches looks like. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
you can just explore the message types. Okay,
Sure.
so this is the logical expressions and like the messages I told you, and loops. There are something called as the loops. So in here, like how what you can do is like in the loop, the statement block is executed several times in succession. Okay, for that, what we do is do n times, and then we will use the statements, right? And do and while. Like those things are all you must be aware as well, like how you give while condition statements and while. Okay, here I in the loops, a statement block will be executed several times in succession, right? So we will have something called as unconditional loops and conditional loops. So in case of the unconditional loops, so what we'll do is here we'll just put it like this. So in the unconditional loops are generally used via the do statement. Okay, unconditional loops. I'm just making a note here using the do statement. Similarly, for conditional loops, we will use while statement. Why? Because in while we give the conditions, right? And similarly, there is one more type of loops which will be like loop through whatever we created the internal tables, right? If we want to read any particular row of a table, in that case, either you can use a read query or you can use the loop through the internal tables. Okay, and
Okay.
extract the data sets using the loop statement. Okay, there is one more thing called as well the select and select. Okay, that will loop you through the data sets from the database table using the loop statement right now. Okay,
Okay.
so there is something called as terminating loops also. So ABAP contains this termination statements. So say for example, you are looping through a particular internal table, or you are looping using the conditional statements, and you want to like that terminate that particular statement. Okay, based on the conditions. Then in those cases, the termination statements which are used as continue, check, and exit. Okay, and the stop and reject. So one is this continue. This is terminating loops. How you can do it via continue statement, okay, or check statement or exit statement. Okay, and another one is like if you want to terminate the um, entire processing block, then you can use stop or reject like this. So let's say we'll give like do. So when you see this, whenever I'm using any conditional loops, even when you use loop or do or while or if or case, so it will prompt something like this, right? When you give here, press tab. So it will just give you that do and undo. Okay. So say for example, I'll put here as do 4 times. If psi index. Again, psi index is a system variable, like how we have a psi tabix. We'll just put here as psi index is equal to 2. Then I'll just write here as continue and endif. Or I will write here as psi index. Okay, just to show you how this do and do will, right? Like it will work. So I'll press a debugger here and let's see how it works. Okay. At the first instance, the psi index value is equal to 1, right? So
Correct.
what it will do, it will go to the write statement. Okay, it will press that psi index. It will show you 1.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Then again, it comes back. The psi index value is equal to 2 now. Then what it will do is it will go back to again. That means what? It terminated that loop, and here it is terminating a loop pass
It is
unconditional, right? So it will not display 2.
nothing
Then
but
yeah, sorry.
it is nothing but you are writing an if else condition and giving the index value. So it
Yes, correct. So it will run for 4 times, and wherever the condition is psi index is equal to 2, it will just exit from there. So now what it is 1, 3, and 4. You got it, right?
correct. Correct. Yeah, got it.
So this is one type. And again, like what I will do is I will terminate a loop pass conditionally. Here it was unconditional we have given here, right? So now if I want to terminate it conditionally, so what I will do, so again the same thing, do 4 times, and we will just again use this check, as I said, right? It will check psi index between your 2 and 3. Okay, wherever it will find this, it will display the psi index, or else it will come out of that loop. Okay, just remove this. So wherever it will find between 2 and 3, then only it will press that, it will display that psi index, or else it will not. So it is just coming out of that loop, if you can see, right? So in case of 2 only, it came inside this psi index, and then it was displaying. So here it will be like, I'll just execute it, 2 and 3, correct? Now we will go to this, like if you want to exit a loop, you can also write here like if psi index is equal to 3, exit it, or else you write the psi index. In that case, what will happen is whenever it reaches that psi index 3, it will come out of that complete loop. Okay, let's see that as well, how it does that. Okay. So 1, we are fine, it will write that index. 2 also, it will write the psi index. But for 3, it will directly exit, and it will come out of the loop completely. It will not even go for 4. You got my point? Understood, right? So it totally came out of that loop instead of going for 4. Now,
Yeah.
yes. So now what we'll do is we'll just see in case of the while how it works. So and then we will wind up this session. So say for example, I will just write here, this is a while demo. I'll take length 5. str1 5. Type C value something called as test string. So if I use here like length statement, sorry, strlen, then it will give you the length of that particular string, correct? So now what we'll do is while here also you can give here tab. So I will just write while string not equal to space. Okay, right. String length equals to sign index. Let's do this and then outside what will do is str1 and write the string str1. So first we will see just displaying the test string, and then what we will do is we will just display like the first character, and then we will show you what is the sign index, and then we'll shift to the next word, next letter. Something like that we can do. First we'll see how it works, and then field strlen is known. So the syntax is very important here. If you don't give the space, then also it will throw you the error. So what we'll do is we'll just display here. Okay. So when you say strlen string, so string value is test string. So what will be the value of this str1? 11, right? Yeah, it's 11, correct? So now we will just see while the string not equal to space. So we have this test string. correct? So in that case, we will just write the string and we will give the length as index. Okay, the value will be 1. So similarly, here it will keep on running. So this will be like a loop which will be not ending. Okay, not equal to space, and it will keep on running. So it will be an endless loop.
Correct. Because you
So
have not declared any value to end.
correct. So what we will do is, instead of writing in this way, so what it will do is it will go in a endless loop. Okay, we don't have anything. So what it will do is it will keep on running like this. So instead of that, we'll have to stop the transaction and write it here, a condition to end that. Instead, what I will do, every time I will go to one character of this one, and then what I will do is I will shift that string. Okay. So in this case, what it will happen is at the end it will come out of that loop. You got my point, right? So first,
Yeah.
so it will shift that string and then it will come out of this one. So now if you go here, okay, press this desktop 3 always. It will be like showing you the on one side the code and the value. So now here, if we see here, the value is 11. First, it will come here. Write the string value of 1. That means, right? Okay. Value is t. Okay. Length will be signed x, which will be 1. And then it will shift that string to the next character. Okay. Again, it will be e, right? Like this, it will keep on coming. So now it will come out of this loop after it has given all this, like it will just write t e s t like this. Okay. So when it comes here, will completely come out of this one. Right. The length of the string str1 will be 11, and this one, let's display how it comes. See? TEST Okay, string length will be 11 and length of the string is 11. So this way you can use a while loop. Okay.
Thank you.
So similarly, you can write if I give you like a write an executable program that
Yeah, sure.
counts from 1 to 100. Okay. And for each multiple of 8, write the message, the number is a multiple of 8. So
Okay.
using this while loop, can you try this? Can I give this as a assignment on this one? Using this while and while.
Okay.
I'll just give you a hint as well. For the so what is the assignment? You have to write an executable program that counts from 1 to 100. Okay. So, and for each multiple of 8, you will have to write this message, like the number is a multiple of 8. So you have to declare a variable which will be of type integer, correct? And then in the while loop, you have to give the condition that variable less than equal to 100. Then in your, you have to give a condition there. If that current number, okay, or the variable number divide a mod 8, right, will be equal to 0, then you have to give your message, correct? Then again, you increase the number, and then your end while, correct? So it's simple. Just try it out, and in the next class we will discuss about this. Okay. Then I think the select queries and all the retrieval part we will just discuss tomorrow. Okay. So this is the thing for loop and conditional branches.